Last night, I saw my grandmother again in a dream. I often see her, and every time it happens, it never feels frightening. In the dream, I know she's been gone for years, and yet it feels as we've never been apart, as if we're still living side by side, just in another world that opens only when I close my eyes. My dreams are rarely this vivid, but dreams with her, they are different. So real, so tangible, that I remember every expression in her face, every word, every thought that crosses my mind. I remember her sharp, slightly rough gestures and her warm hands that somehow knew how to love, even when words couldn't. She's always there, in our old apartment in Stakhanov. And what amazes me most is when I try to recall that apartment while awake, I can't. The details are gone. But in the dream, everything returns. I know exactly where every book stood, in which drawer I kept my favorite keychain. I can even feel the cold metal of the handle when I open the door, as if 11 years apart never happened. And that to me is a real miracle too. Recently, I read about lucid dreams, when your mind travels through memory as if through real space. And I tried to learn it. It took me 5 attempts, but I did it. And now, sometimes I can walk consciously through those dreams. Go to the window of my old room, look outside, and see everything that once was. The cherry tree below, the tall poplar partially blocking the street, people walking, children running, neighbors talking, most of them long gone, and yet my mind still sees them clearly, as if time itself stopped for a while. Often, tears roll down my face, even in the dream, because I understand this isn't real. This world exists only inside me. And still, it feels so alive, so peaceful, so beautiful, much softer and kinder than the one we're forced to live in now, under the shadow of war. Sometimes I wish I had a time machine, to return even for a few hours to that quiet, ordinary reality before the war, when the grass was greener, the sky was calm instead of threatening, when we were just people, not survivors, when laughter came easy and our eyes weren't heavy with fear and exhaustion. In those dreams, my grandmother and I sit together in her small narrow kitchen. We drink tea and talk for what feels like hours. She looks younger, maybe 75, her best years, when she was still full of energy, able to travel to her relatives or tend to her garden. She still had that spark in her eyes. She gasps when I tell her about our Russian relatives who turned away from us after the invasion. And she hugs me tightly when I speak of the explosions, of the first day of war. I miss her terribly. She raised me since I was a little girl. She was the one who played the role of my mother, the one who knew how to listen without interruption, to give advice or to stay silent when silence was all I needed. Maybe that's why I always go back to her in my lucid dreams. Because in that kitchen, over tea and quiet words, I feel safe again. And every time I wake up, I hold that warmth for a while, as if she's still here, watching, protecting, existing, just to dream away. That too is my quiet miracle. The miracle that keeps me alive through this endless war.